We're going to discuss today topic from mathematics. It is called the quadratic form. It is related broadly to the topic of linear algebra. What it says is that if I have any matrix A and if I have a vector X, then I can create a quadratic form using this matrix and the vector. The quadratic form is given by the following expression. Q is equal to X transpose A X. So here X is a vector with n entries and A is a n cross n matrix. Q is called the quadratic form, and Q is a scalar quadratic expression in xi's. This will be clearer when I give an example. So let us say that I have a vector x which has two components x1 and x2. There is a matrix A. Let us say that this matrix is an identity matrix. The quadratic form Q will be given by X transpose, which is x1, x2, multiplied by A multiplied by the vector X. If I perform this matrix multiplication, I will end up with this expression, and finally I end up with this expression. This is Q. So for a particular choice of A, this is the expression that I have got. So this is a quadratic expression in x1 and x2, and this is a scalar value. So Q is some scalar value. Similarly, if I go ahead and choose some other A, for example, if I choose A like this, I can again go ahead and try to compute the value of Q, which is the quadratic form, and I will get an expression like this. I can simplify this by doing the matrix multiplication. Right. So the first term here will be x1 plus x2. The second term here will be 0. And when I get this term, the final expression is x1 square plus x1 x2. So this is another quadratic expression. So when I changed the matrix A, I got a different quadratic expression. So in essence, it means that by changing the value of matrix A, I can get different kinds of quadratic expressions. We can go ahead and try with another matrix A, which is our last example here. And again, Q is equal to X transpose A X. X is x1, x2. A is 1 at all the 4 places, and again x, doing the same kind of matrix multiplication here. So here I will have x1 plus x2. Here also I will have x1 plus x2. If I do this matrix multiplication, I will get x1 square plus x1, x2 plus x2, x1 plus x2 square. So it is x1 square plus x2 square plus 2x1, x2, right? So this is the quadratic expression, and this is nothing but x1 plus x2 whole square. But that's beside the point. Main point is that I get different kinds of quadratic expressions by choosing different values of the matrix A. Similarly, I could have 3 variables, 4 variables, 5 variables, and I could get quadratic expressions in 5 variables. So I would have terms like x1 square, x5 square, x1, x5, x1, x4, x2, x4, and so on. So this is the concept of the quadratic form that I wanted to discuss.